Okay, this part is quite short. Now that we have done all this work, we want to find our entities in the document. So what I showed you earlier in the introduction, we want to be able to do named entity recognition. So in a document, we want to be able to find entities like companies, organizations, locations, money, email addresses, and so on. So again, the default pipeline you get when you load the English model includes a named entity recognition system. So now again, we can iterate over the document, and the structure in the document is the entities. And then we can print out the text of the entity, the location in the text, start and end offset, and the label, which is the type of the entity. So for example, in this sentence here, it will find entities like Apple as an organization. It will find UK as a geopolitical entity, and it will find 1 billion as a monetary value, including the unit. So you might wonder what kind of entities are detected. Well, this depends on the model and what data you trained it on. So spaCy, the default model that you're loading, is trained on a corpus called ontonodes, which you can find here. So it will learn to tag the entities that are present in the training data in the corpus. So you can find, there are more entities than just the one that fit here. You can find the full list online, but it will find quite a few number of entities, persons, organizations, locations, cities, states, and so on. If you want to find different entities, now, for example, you want to process biomedical documents, then you have to make your own corpus with the specific type of entity. Maybe you have proteins, organisms, mutations, and so on. You have to train it, and then you can run your model by either adding or swapping out the entity tagger in the pipeline. How this works with the pipelines, we'll see later. For now, just try out the entity tagging mechanism. Now, input some text and see what kind of entities it can recognize. And I'll see you then for the next part.